35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Philip Kaufman, filling in for Julia Wiegand. One man is locked up after a Friday morning shooting in Mahanoy City. According to police, Edwin Candelario of Schuylkill Haven came into the station around 9 a.m. covered in blood, stating that he'd been shot. Police then went to the home of 46-year-old Manuel Santana del Rosario at 305 East Center Street, where the victim's girlfriend was and where the shooting had taken place. According to the victim's girlfriend, Candelario went to collect money from Santana del Rosario that he owed him. After an argument ensued, Santana del Rosario pulled a gun and made Candelario kneel to the floor. He then attempted to flee the home as Santana del Rosario fired 4 to 5 shots. Santana del Rosario was charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, and possessing the instrument of a crime. He was arraigned and taken to Schuylkill County Prison on $500,000 straight cash bail and had his passport revoked. Police in Luzerne County are investigating a Saturday morning shooting incident. According to police, a man knocked on the door of an apartment at Cedar Village. The victim was allegedly shot and covered in blood after a drug deal gone bad. The man gave police a false name and was uncooperative. Anyone with information is being asked to call Wilkes-Barre Township Police at 570-606-4791. A Wilkes-Barre General Hospital patient was charged with disorderly conduct after he became disruptive over the weekend. Police were called to the hospital Saturday afternoon when 37-year-old Benjamin Figueroa of Tunkhannock began acting irate. He allegedly attacked hospital employees inside of an imaging room, ripped a sink away from a wall, and smashed a window. Officers had to tase him in order to take him into custody. He was charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, criminal mischief, reckless endangerment, and terroristic threats. He was taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $50,000 bail. A Plymouth man accused of bludgeoning his wife to death with a fireplace poker pled guilty in Luzerne County Court. 40-year-old Daniel Barrett was facing an open count of criminal homicide after allegedly killing his wife, Mary Susan Barrett, with a fireplace poker in a jealous rage at their home back on January 9th of last year. Court records state that Barrett surrendered himself to Plymouth police on January 11th of last year, saying that he killed his wife after she told him that she was spending time with another man. President Judge Michael Vo accepted the plea of first-degree murder and immediately sentenced Barrett to serve life in prison. A Good Samaritan was allegedly targeted by thieves along Interstate 81 last Tuesday in Luzerne County. A victim reported to state police at Hazleton that he was flagged down by a group of males stopped on the right shoulder of Interstate 81 northbound in Hazel Township. He told troopers that the males claimed to have car trouble, but stole around $1,500 cash and a snap-on impact gun from him during the encounter. The suspects were described as 3 black males dressed in all-black clothing, and their vehicle was described as an early model burgundy Lexus or Infiniti, possibly displaying PA registration. Anyone who may have witnessed the incident or has information is being asked to call Trooper Jason Zoshak at 570-459-3890. The city of Hazleton secured more than $330,000 in federal funds for its public transit system. Hazleton secured a share of $334 million in federal funding that was awarded to 26 cities and regions across Pennsylvania through the formula-based grant program. Allocations are set by statutorily defined formulas so that transit agencies and grant recipients can plan for new projects and address repair backlogs. Hazleton received $336,000 for the first 4.5 months of the 2022 fiscal year. Additional funding will be available after Congress passes a spending bill for the fiscal year. At this time, city officials haven't determined how the money will be spent. And staying in Hazleton, where City Council is set to decide on whether to use more than $200,000 in federal CARES Act funds towards park renovations. Administrators will ask Council to reallocate $218,448 in federal funds that the city received in 2020 and earmarked for a business loan program. With the money sitting unused and spending deadlines approaching, the city secured from DCNR for park renovations to pay for a third phase of renovations at Can-Do Community Park. Council will vote on first reading of the funding modification ordinance when it meets tomorrow night at 6. City officials will propose using the business loan portion as a match for a $250,000 grant. Pennsylvania is home to many historic bridges, and PennDOT wanted to share the process of how they inspect them. WYLN's Mackenzie Ocker has more.
PennDOT recently went over the current status of the bridges located across the state of Pennsylvania. They are responsible for 25,400 state-owned bridges and 6,600 locally owned bridges as well.
Generally, bridges are inspected every 2 years. Some bridges, such as those that have weight restrictions, are inspected once a year or more frequently if bridges are in poor condition.
When it comes to inspecting a bridge, many factors go into it, such as monitoring, reporting, and collaborating with bridge owners. Each year, PennDOT conducts about 18,000 bridge inspections, which amounts to 70 per workday.
Weight restricted, the load rating of a bridge is conducted by a bridge engineer under the direction of a professional engineer in Pennsylvania. So when you're looking at that range, so condition ratings of 7 to 9 means that the bridge is considered in good condition, and that's on a good, fair, poor condition classification system. Condition ratings that are 5 or 6 are classified as fair condition, and a condition rating of 4 or lower means that deterioration or at least one structural component is advanced and the bridge is classified as being in poor condition.
PennDOT inspects a bridge based on the National Bridge Standard on a scale from 9 to 0. From there, the deck, structure, and substructure are given a rating while also classifying the bridge as a whole at its lowest component condition rating.
Now, inspectors, when they're out there, they provide documentation and photographs to structural engineers who then review the deterioration that is seen. The structural engineers confirm the assigned condition rating. They perform a load rating analysis to determine the load or weight that is the capacity of the bridge. And then they compare those results to previous studies to determine if the capacity has changed and determine what other actions must be taken.
Within the next 5 years, PennDOT is expected to receive $1.6 billion in federal funds to repair bridges that are in poor condition. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Coming up on WYLN News, half-price adoptions at the Carbon County Animal Shelter, plus it's game day. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kits. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Benevo. I'm 12 years old, and this is your WYLN forecast for the week.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
We all need a midweek pick-me-up, and WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Wednesdays. All our good news stories will be printed in the WYLN TV Pennies Classified Good News Bulletin, distributed throughout the community and digitally posted on WYLN News Facebook page and on our website. If you have good news to share, contact us to be featured in our special Good News edition. Good events, good people, good jobs, all good news. February is National Love a Dog for Life Month. So, in honor of that, the Carbon County Animal Shelter in Nescahoning is offering half-price adoptions through the end of the month. The shelter lowered the price from $100 to $50 in order to find the shelter pups loving homes. The promotion has been happening for the past 8 years to help with adoptions. You can schedule an appointment to meet the dogs by calling 570-325-4828. You can also check out their photos and stories by visiting the Carbon County Animal Shelter's Facebook page. Bishop Joseph Bambera will celebrate the 30th World Day of the Sick this Friday, February 11th at 12:10 p.m. at the Cathedral of St. Peter in Scranton. The annual Mass is an opportunity to devote special attention to the sick and to those who provide them with assistance and care, both in healthcare institutions and within families and communities. The Mass is a special time to pray for healing and recovery of those sickened by the virus and for the medical community that's been on the front lines. While in-person participation is encouraged, those who are unable to attend can catch the Mass on Catholic television or via live stream on their social media pages. Our WYLN sports crew is already down in Berwick gearing up for its next 2022 high school basketball game. We kick off with some live Cougar Bulldog action tonight when the ball is in Berwick's court for the girls' matchup against Hazleton. Get your favorite fill of Marty Burns, Joe Flanagan, and our WYLN sports crew, bringing you the event, not just the highlights. No plans tonight? No problem. Got some? Well, cancel them. Instead, tune in for the 7:30 tip-off and all the live local action right here on WYLN TV. Coming up on Berwick's News Choice, we chat with Miss Fabergé and her follies in Community and You. Plus, who's leading the way this week? Stay with us and find out.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Tabla Supply, here to supply you with over 25 years of home improvement industry experience. Call 570-500-1351, check out their showroom at 325 West Walnut Street in Hazleton, or tablesupply.com for all your business and home improvement or special project needs.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome to Community and You, and today we are in Hazleton, and we are at the Fabergé Follies, the School of Dance, because count them, 4 students from this school are going to be in Luzerne County's Got Talent. That will be March 20th at the Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre. Miss Fabergé, you have done it again. These ladies are wonderful. How do you do it?
Aren't they beautiful?
They are.
Well, we work real hard. I've got a great staff who focuses on fundamentals, and the girls are willing to work. That's the magic word, work. Put that together with some showmanship, and voila, you've got some winners.
Well, you certainly have here, and these 4, how did you even get them involved in that?
I became aware of the competition, and then I went to my computer and I made beautiful videos. We had to submit video entries. And each of these dancers work as a soloist or as a group, and I submitted a selection of performers, and these are the ones that got chosen. And I'm proud for Hazleton because it's Luzerne County's Got Talent, and Hazleton's right down there in the south. We're just in. So for us to be represented 4 out of 25 in all of Luzerne County is amazing.
What we're going to be able to do right now is get you to have a sneak preview. Each of the girls is going to do something that they are doing in the competition, actually.
Yes.
So we're going to show you, we're going to introduce you to the girls. So we better get out of the way.
Let's go for it.
Avery, what we're seeing right now that the people at home are seeing is something quite amazing. How long did it take you to learn that?
It took me quite a while. I struggled and struggled until I got pushed by my amazing teachers and my mom, and I practiced and practiced for hours a day, and then I finally achieved what I've been working for years.
What made you decide that that was something you wanted to try to do?
I saw Miss Fabergé do it, and I thought it was really amazing and cool, and I thought I would love to try it one day.
Avery Ann, you did something, well, the viewers at home are seeing you right now. How long did that take for you to master that?
It took me a long time to figure out how to do this trick. I started from where I am right now, way back. I was 7 years old, and I started in my living room on a mat, and I did it with a DVD case.
How do you feel about this competition going in? Good?
I feel really good about it. I am very lucky that I got picked, and I'm super happy that I did.
All right, Avery Ann, congratulations, lots of luck. And we're going to meet another young lady right here now. Emily, you are another very talented young lady. Now tell me about your particular trick, maneuver, what would I call it?
A back tuck. So basically, I've practiced very hard to get this back tuck. I actually have just recently hurt myself, but I was so scared to do it again, but now I'm in the right mindset to keep doing it and not to be scared. And it took me about a year to get it.
You hurt yourself?
Yes.
Oh no, doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, and now what was that like? Did you think that you'd never be able to do it again?
No, I was just very nervous, and I just kept getting very scared, but then I got in the right mindset and I kept doing it.
Alina, another stellar performance that the viewers at home are seeing right now. And what got you interested, or was it just that you kind of found hula hoops?
I found hula hoops. So I was at the store one day and I found hula hoops. Then everywhere I just keep seeing hula hoop videos and tutorials online.
So you learned, you took that to Miss Fabergé and said, I'd like to do something like this?
Yes, I did.
And now that you're doing that, how does it feel to be an accomplished hula hooper?
Yes, I feel really good to be a hula hooper, and at first it was really scary because I was afraid of the hoop, but now I'm very comfortable with it, and I just keep doing hoops until I get more and more comfortable with it.
Miss Fabergé, wonderful. They're excellent public speakers.
Aren't they beautiful?
They are absolutely amazing. So I'm going to let you look right into the camera over there and tell everybody to come on down to the Kirby Center March 20th at 1:30.
Everybody come right on down to the Kirby Center for a wonderful show. There will be 25 acts, the best that Luzerne County has to offer. Come support your Hazleton girls. If you need tickets, you can come right here to Fabergé Follies and I'll have them for you. Don't delay. Make sure you come to that show. Be there with us.
And some of the proceeds are going to the Northeast Pennsylvania Music Teachers Association. So music and dance, there is no better.
Exactly.
So thank you for joining us on Community and You.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital-Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital-Hazleton.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Dr. John Degenhardt's leading the way to kick off this week's series.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Leading the Way, where we explore the backstories of those paving NEPA toward a better future. This week we're joined by Dr. John Degenhardt, owner of Degenhardt Chiropractic Health Center in Hazleton. Dr. John, welcome.
Tracy, I'm excited but humbled to be here, to be honest with you.
Great. Let's start at the beginning. Tell us about what you did as a kid, growing up, what your dreams were.
You know, Tracy, I was one of 12 kids, so we always were outdoors. I love the outdoors, hiking, fishing, and so I played soccer. during a soccer game, I injured my back. And like many people today, I went to a medical doctor, orthopedic doctor, and as time went on, nobody could help me. So it was exciting for, as a child of one of 12 kids, my dad was a mailman, so we didn't have a lot, but I've learned to appreciate the small things in life. So it was from that kind of an injury that got me into this kind of profession.
How did your participation in athletics help you to decide on a medical profession? So there it was.
I think because of sports, soccer is a game of 11 players on a team. I played basketball, 5 guys on a team. I always enjoyed interacting with people. And being one of 12 kids, I was a paperboy member. I used to love, on Saturdays, you would go collecting. You're younger than I am, Tracy. But back in those days, you would go on a Saturday to collect the money from the people that you delivered the mail to. I would get a couple of tips. I'd go to, it was called C&P, a local store. They had penny candy, and I would distribute it to my siblings. I had a joy in interacting with people and making my brothers and sisters happy. So eventually I felt as a chiropractor, if I can make people happy, that's why I never want to retire. It is a joy to try to interact with people, figure out their condition, and then get it better for them.
Did you have a lot of support from family and friends growing up?
Well, sort of. To be honest with you, my mom and dad were always loving and supportive, and they brought us up in what I would call like a religious kind of background. So it was my faith in our Lord that I think, no matter what, teachers would say to me, if I could be honest, John, you're a good athlete, but you're a C student. You can't go to college. John, you're one of 12 kids. Your dad has no money. You can't go to college. So I would hear those negative voices, and that's why I'm excited to do this show, Trace. I pray anybody watching this show, I think a dream is like a little flower. You have to water that flower and protect it from storms until the roots get stronger. And so I'm strong now in this community, but I've been here for 42 years. Early on, you're jogging, and you think, maybe I can't do it. Maybe I shouldn't be a chiropractor. Can I get the grades? Can I get the finances? So because God kept me strong, my mother and dad said never give up. So now, Tracy, I love encouraging people not to give up and continue in their dreams.
Well, it's great you have such a passion, and it's brought you through, the negatives of not being able to do it.
It really has.
Check back tomorrow night as Dr. John continues leading the way into part 2 of this week's segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.